Welcome to the Class of 2022 Commencement Ceremony. Please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance and our national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Good evening, and thank you for being here. At this time, I would like to introduce Father John for the opening remarks.
Good and gracious God, this is the day, Lord. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Today is the culmination of years of work, years filled with challenges and triumph, losses and laughter, friendship and growth. We thank you, Lord, for getting our graduates safely to this day. We thank you for the gift of their families, friends, and teachers who have supported these graduates of yours and celebrate with them this great day. Dear God, bless these graduates, everyone, and fill them with the spirit of your love. We thank you for this time of graduation. Your spirit of wisdom has empowered their hard work and discipline in such a way that their hunger for learning and wisdom has nourished them with knowledge, discovery, creativity, and determination. As they prepare to walk across the stage to receive their diplomas, let them walk in prayerful gratitude for the many blessings they have made this moment real and filled with great potentials. May your spirit guide them as they unfold the next chapter of their lives. Help them to enliven hope in the world and bring things to your kingdom. And may this celebration reflect the blessings they have found in knowing and loving each other and our community. Lord, this is the day that you have made. We are glad and rejoice together, for you are God our Father, and in Jesus Christ our brother, and the Holy Spirit our guide. Amen.
Thank you, Father John. Again, good evening, and thank you for being here. My name is Dave Moody, and I am the proud principal of Dansville High School. I would like to take this opportunity to thank multiple groups of people and individuals that have contributed to all of us being here for the 2022 commencement ceremony. I ask that we hold our applause until the end to properly recognize each and every one of the following. Members of the Dansville Central School District Board of Education, Superintendent Dr. Eliotto, all of the faculty, staff, and administrators at Dansville High School, Mr. Birmingham and Mr. Louisi, as well as Ms. Megan Bell, who helped to set up and oversee the technology and sound for this evening, Mr. Aaron Baird and the entire maintenance department, our transportation department, senior class advisors, Ms. Poland and Mr. Buckholtz, graduation coordinators, Ms. Rinker and Mr. Sanderson, Ms. Oldfield, Mrs. Aaron, Mrs. Shattuck, Mrs. Caruso, and Mrs. Mistretta for all the behind-the-scene work in preparing the program for tonight's graduation ceremony, parents, relatives, and friends of our students, and most importantly, to our students, specifically the students sitting here today, the class of 2022. I am honored to be standing here before you. Please, a round of applause for all of those that were named. Students, I think about your future and what it has in store for you. Sitting before me and beside you are future servicemen and women, doctors, veterinarians, engineers, business owners, financial advisors, skilled trade professionals, and hopefully some teachers. The opportunities in front of you are endless and are yours for the taking. This ceremony is about congratulating you and wishing you the best in your future endeavors. When taking the time to think about it, you may be the most prepared graduates that have walked the halls of DHS. You survived remote learning, hybrid learning, and a combination of both. You excelled at new ways of learning, including but not limited to Google Classroom and Google Meet. You mastered the ability to converse with teachers and classmates while wearing a mask. You continue to have strong relationships with your peers while having to socially distance and eat behind plastic barriers. You practiced for and performed in different concert settings and always gave outstanding performances. You trained and competed on the field and court while wearing a mask and achieved individual and team awards while doing so. And thankfully, your dry hands have recovered from the constant sanitation. I recently attended a doctoral graduation ceremony in which the graduates were tagged COVID graduates. To me, a more fitting title for each of you is to tell you all that you are champions. Google defines a champion as a person who has defeated or surpassed all rivals in a competition, and or a person who fights or argues for a cause or on behalf of someone else. Some of you throughout your high school years have chosen to put yourself in such situations, but all of you have been forced to show characteristics associated with being a champion, whether you wanted to or not. Moving forward, all of you will continue to stand in the most competitive arena called life. So know that champions don't run from adversity. They accept it with confidence. Champions are at their best when times seem to be at their worst. Champions make others around them better. And most importantly, champions overcome. As you continue into the next chapters of your life, the challenges will continue. But I remind you to reflect back on the past few years and know that you have what it takes. You are a champion. You are a Dansville Mustang. Finally, I task you with one more assignment. Wake up each day with a goal to make yourself and others happier, healthier, and smarter. If you can accomplish that goal, you are indeed living your best life. And finally, I now ask each of you to feel under your seat and open the card that is attached to the bottom of your chair and read a message from a teacher that lets you know just how proud of you we are. There may be a $100 bill in one of those envelopes too, so definitely look for it. Again, it's just a message to let you all know how very proud of you we are. So on behalf of the entire Dansville school community, class of 2022, congratulations, I'm very proud of you. At this time, I would like to acknowledge and introduce our first student speaker, the class of 2022 Valedictorian, Abigail Belcher.
I have been thinking about this one word that I randomly stumbled upon for a couple of months now. FICA, an interesting term which means a moment to slow down and appreciate the little things in life. FICA. Now, what does this Swedish word mean in terms of not so Swedish Dansville? Well, I ask you now to take a moment and slow down. Imagine yourself in the place with the highest elevation in Dansville. Maybe you are at the top of the world with your best friends, looking around at what you see. What is the first thing you look for? Is it your childhood home? The place where you grew up? Do you see your childhood pet who was always there to provide comfort for you? Or your parents? Is it Ice Cream Island that you probably went to way too many times that one summer? Is it your secret hangout spot you had as a kid, where you laughed the hardest for hours? Or is it a person? For me, when I slow down and think of Dansville, I think of someone who is the absolute heart and light of our small town. If this thing you see is a place, think about this. What memories were created there? Who or what was alongside you? Why is this place so special? We often underestimate the type of comfort a singular place can bring us. However, I am sure many of you find peace at a certain place. Maybe the place is Deer Pond or Canasrega Creek, where you enjoy fishing. It helps get your mind off things. Is it the basketball court, where it feels like time stops for a while when you're playing? Is it the courtyard, where we gathered every day for lunch to share stories and talk about memories? Maybe it is your dance studio, where countless hours of practice have been put in to create a work of art through motion. Or maybe it is in your own backyard, where you stargazed with that one person or played an epic game of poker. Now, if it is a person, I ask you to think about these questions. How have they shaped you into the very soon graduate you are? If it is a teacher, like mine, do the lessons they have taught you go beyond that of the classroom? And finally, are they the kind of person you will tell your future children and families about? While personally, I have only known this person for 3 years, he makes me feel like I have known him a lifetime. He has taught me countless lessons on how to take on the world. I would also like to believe I have taught him some things here and there. I thank this person for always making me laugh. You are truly one of the funniest people I know, and just all around one of the best people I've ever met. I will be telling stories about you and our time together for decades. And I really cannot forget to thank this person for being a safe place to let things out. Because as we all know, there will be times in life where we crank that soldier boy, and there will be other times that the soldier boy cranks us. Respond accordingly. Even if that means throwing things or flipping desks. Not speaking from experience, of course. Either way, we all have a person or place that we can call home. FICA is the Swedish concept that reminds us to take a little time to stop and socialize. I know we are all eager to move on and try new things, as you should be, of course. But do not forget these people and places who were there for you at your best, but also your worst. We owe them. Now let us think about how we can repay this person or place. Think for a moment. How can I repay someone or something that brought me so much? I will leave that one up to you. My final words to you, class of 2022, go be great. In fact, be greater than great. Go forth and set the world on fire. But not literally, of course. That would be a lot of paperwork. There's always one, you know. If I was standing at the top of Dansville, or the top of the world, as some might say, I would see all of us standing here, graduating, with the sun setting over the valley. And that is an image I'd like to keep in my head forever, because if this isn't a FICA moment, I don't know what is. Thank you.
Thank you, Abby. I would now like to acknowledge and introduce our second student speaker, class of 2022, Salutatorian, Braden Halbert.
As we sit here, taking in our last high school memory all together, we are all probably reflecting on memories that came and went far too fast. Everything in high school feels so permanent and so final, and the memories feel like we had simply sat down and watched a movie for a few hours before having to get out of our seats and leave the theater. But the thing is, with movies, is that you can go home and rewatch them anytime you want to. You can go home and forget the movie exists until years down the line when you decide you want to watch it again to feel that sense of nostalgia. Your memories will always be yours to keep, and so will Dansville and the people you are surrounded by today. Scenes from our high school experience that come together to form a montage in my head include our senior trip, when we all got to spend so much time together, our senior ball, our lunches in the courtyard that felt like a break from our hectic days, all of our pep rallies, foreign language classes where we got to eat new food, musicals, sports events, long conversations with teachers about our futures, art classes, staying after with friends, teachers letting us watch movies in class, English class discussions where we learned about new perspectives, and more. It is so unbelievably difficult to list every moment that will rush through my brain in an instant upon thinking of our time here. These moments will always be irreplaceable. The genre of a movie is the box it is put in that allows the audience to anticipate the plot. I don't think I could ever put a genre on the kind of story we have told, because it's not as simple as that. We go through life's ups and downs, and we can only simplify that as the human experience. You can't anticipate the plot of life, and you will always find yourself in situations that surprise you. But the upside to it being the human experience is that it's something we all know and something we will never have to go through alone. There must be something special about this place that draws people back to it no matter where they go or where they have been. Maybe all it takes to miss that special thing is leaving. But there is one thing I know, and it's that Dansville is our home. A home that greets you with welcoming open doors, smiling familiar faces, and all of those memories we have gathered throughout our lives. We have all sat in the same theater all of our lives, and now we must get up, leave, and find a new movie to see on our own. So keep watching those movies back, and know that no matter where this next chapter takes us, we will always have a home to come back to. As Mr. Sanderson would say, roll the credits.
Thank you, Braden. Both very well-written speeches. At this time, I would like to introduce the class of 2022 Honors Academy graduates. To earn this status, students must exemplify the following characteristics and qualities of a Dansville student: dedication, drive, and commitment. Students must attend enrichment events, meet with their coordinators regularly, and push themselves to achieve their own personal greatness. Please join me in recognizing the class of 2022 Honors Academy graduate, gold level, Lydia Cruckton. I would also like to take this opportunity to recognize students who have earned the rank of Eagle Scout. Students, when your name is called, please stand to be recognized. Congratulations to Preston Bell and Gavin Hart. It is now my pleasure to present the Dansville High School Vocal Music Department, who have pre-recorded Go the Distance. And at this time, I ask Class President Abigail Belcher and Superintendent Dr. Alioto to please make their way to the podium.
When choosing our class gift, the seniors wanted to be sure to choose something meaningful. There were many great ideas, but at the end of the day, we wanted to take time to acknowledge a teacher who means so much to us. Our English teacher, Mr. Sanderson, exemplifies what it means to be a Dansville Mustang. This year, he has shown us the importance of positivity, a skill he undoubtedly learned from his mother, Mickey. To show our appreciation for Mr. Sanderson and to recognize his mother, Mickey, the class of 2022 is making a donation in the amount of $1,000 to Stony Brook Pediatrics to support their Reach Out and Read program.
Thank you, and what a beautiful sentiment. The Wall of Pride was established in 2015 by the Foundation for Dansville Education to recognize and celebrate the accomplishments of outstanding Dansville High School graduates, educators, members of our school community, and the community at large. Our next induction ceremony is scheduled for October of 2023. Nominations are being accepted now, and the nomination form is available on the district website. New inductees in 2023 will join Larry Mellenbacher, who saved heavy industry in Dansville by founding LMC Industrial Contractors at the former Foster Wheeler site, where over 300 workers are currently employed. Now, in keeping with the sentiments of the Swedish term FICA and in rolling the credits, I do want to expand upon what home means when Dansville is your home or your adopted home. What I have come to value is that alongside those sentiments expressed by Abby and Braden, is that there are other attributes of our identity here in and around Dansville. And those elements include uncommon generosity and goodwill toward others, especially during tough times. Yet that generosity is balanced with a healthy fighting spirit. Two attributes that I value in Dansville, the place you're from, your hometown. How we come together in this community, your home, in good times and bad, is awe-inspiring. Think of Dansville Strong, or the members of Foursquare Church who are always there. Think of Fish and Game Club and the Legion, doing for our community, our fire departments, and the Dansville Ambulance Company, DPD and the Livingston County Sheriff's Office. Think of our local Rotary and what they do for individuals with developmental disabilities. Think of the Noise community and what they do for us. And how about the Dansville Central School District Food Service Department feeding families for the past 2 years plus? There are no greater examples of generosity and service that you will find in any community than those that we have right here. And that fighting spirit, you know we don't like to lose. And we rarely appreciate being told what to do, especially by the government. We sure didn't like it when the state canceled the 2021 basketball tourney and crushed our hopes of a girls' varsity state title. But that team, members of which are here tonight, were and are fighters. And when we win the title one day, we're going to add 2021 to that banner. And speaking of fighters, we felt a great sense of pride and frustration when two of the best grapplers in the state, both from Dansville, both here tonight, had to face off in an elimination wrestling match where only one could move on to states. The courage and sense of brotherhood between these two young men moved many of us to tears. And you know that combative spirit really rose to the surface over the past couple of years in things like masking, testing, and vaccination mandates in schools and places of worship. And how about that fighter here tonight who beat cancer, graduate Aiden Falwell? I know many of us would rather forget recent struggles and move on, but I suggest to you, remember, and remember well, because you are part of a proud legacy. After all, Dansville is where in 1844, a Harley gang rode down Main Street. But actually, there was a gang that tried to interrupt the building of a canal that would connect Genesee Valley Canal with the center of the village. And in 1844, George Highland led an uprising to prevent them from sabotaging that canal. We might not be here today if not for that fight enshrined in the name Battle Street. And this is where, in 1881, Clara Barton established the first chapter of the American Red Cross in your home. Now an international organization recognized throughout the world for coming to the aid of those in need. Fighting for what is right. Giving, service, sacrifice, courage. These attributes are in your Dansville DNA. You can't escape it. You are full of promise. You have a purpose. And what you need to succeed, you already possess. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Thank you, Dr. Aliotto. I would now like to introduce the president of Dansville School Board of Education, Miss Mary Ann Holden.
It's a somewhat dubious honor to be the last speaker because pretty much everything's been said, but I'll give it a shot. Several weeks ago, I read an article in the local newspaper by a man who had been the graduation speaker at his alma mater. And after reflecting on what to say, he decided to demonstrate his newly acquired skill of juggling. After some opening remarks, he produced 3 small balls and proceeded to juggle them. His point, he told those assembled, was that very few remember who the graduation speaker was or what was said, but they were likely to remember someone who had successfully or unsuccessfully juggled on stage. Well, I'm a self-admitted klutz. I will not be juggling here this evening, and I will take the risk that you will not remember my words. But all of our lives are spent as a juggling act. Perhaps not literally, but certainly figuratively. We juggle school, work, family, relationships, our well-being, our spiritual life, finances. You get the picture. Some would call it multitasking, but it's a fact of life that in order to be successful, you must manage many aspects of life all at the same time, and all of these challenges are important. At this point in your life, the things that you've done and accomplished were for the most part expected. You were expected to be here this evening and graduate from high school. However, from this moment forward, your life is unscripted. Each of you will leave here tonight headed in a different direction with goals and aspirations yet to be achieved. Your life will be a juggling act. And if you drop one of the proverbial juggling balls, you will pick it up and move forward. It's part of being an adult. So tonight, as you receive your diploma, switch your tassel, and become Dansville High School graduates. I wish you all the best as you head out to juggle with life and all it has to offer. You are going into the world as a reflection of this school and this community. Go out and make us proud. Good luck, and may God bless you all.
Thank you, Ms. Holden. Students, please stand. I now present the class of 2022.
Abigail Gwendolyn Belcher. Abigail will be attending Elmira College to study biology. Braden Victoria Halbert. Braden will be attending SUNY Geneseo College to study business administration. Bryce Edward Applin. Bryce will be attending SUNY Alfred State College to study nursing. Morgan Elizabeth Avery. Morgan plans to seek employment. Preston J. Bell. Preston will be attending Genesee Community College to study supply chain management. Samantha Lee Bishop. Samantha will be attending Nazareth College to study mathematics and adolescent education. Dylan Michael Bovey. Dylan will be attending Finger Lakes Community College where he will study new media. Brielle Amber Caruso. Brielle will be attending SUNY Oswego College, where she will study criminal justice. Savannah Jo Conrad. Savannah will be attending Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute to study architecture. Caitlin Isabella Conroy. Caitlin will be attending St. John Fisher College to study nursing. Brooke Elizabeth Coombs. Brooke will be attending St. John Fisher College to study nursing. Madeline Catherine Fiala. Madeline will be attending SUNY Alfred State College also to study nursing. Summer Alexis Foster. Summer will be attending Virginia Tech College, where she will study animal science. Ariana Rose Fox. Ariana will be attending Casanova College, where she will study early childhood education. Hannah Grace Frazier. Hannah will be attending Fordham University, where she will study English and sociology. Sophia Alexandra Fraseris. Sophia will be attending North Carolina State University, where she will study accounting. Gavin Michael Hart. Gavin is attending SUNY Alfred State College to study heavy equipment operations. Emma Grace Hyman. Emma is planning on attending Asbury University to study equine studies and art. Lydia Marjorie Crookton. Lydia will be attending SUNY Erie State College, where she will study vision care technology and early childhood education. Peyton Elizabeth Kaiser. Peyton is attending online courses in the fall of 22 and will transfer to Penn State College in her second year. Madison Elizabeth Lee. Madison is planning on attending Alfred University, where she will study biology. Danielle Nicole Lewis. Danielle will be attending Casanova College to study interior design. Samantha Lee Mackey. Samantha is going to Mohawk Valley Community College, where she will study animation. Jacob Connor McNeil. Jacob plans to seek employment as a welder at LMC. Lucas James Menger. Lucas plans to seek employment at American Rock Salt in Mount Morris. Evelyn Francis Miller. Evelyn will be attending St. Andrews University, where she will study English and equine business. Colby Evan Mitchell. Colby will be attending the Rochester Institute of Technology, where he will study computing security. Andrew Gehrig Morrow. Andrew will be attending SUNY Geneseo College, where he will study business administration. Evan Clark Molthrop. Evan plans on seeking employment in the construction field. Jacob Clayton O'Toole. Jacob will be attending SUNY Oneonta College, where he will study psychology. Cameron May Pappas. Cameron will be attending Nazareth College, where she intends to study occupational therapy. Erin Mackenzie Patinella. Erin will be attending SUNY Brockport College, where she will study broadcast journalism. Alexis Marie Patterson. Alexis intends on going to Canisius College, where she will study psychology and the Physician's Assistance Program. Jolynn Q. Jolynn will be attending Rochester Institute of Technology to study computer science. Caleb Dylan Rigdon. Caleb will be attending Roberts Wesleyan College to study sports management. Bryn Micah Chave. Bryn plans on continuing her employment at Kay's Canine in the animal rescue field and apply to college in the fall of 23 to study video game art. Adam Lee Schuster. Adam plans on continuing his employment in the healthcare field at Noyes Hospital while taking a gap year before the fall of 23. Benjamin Dennis Sick. Benjamin will be attending Dewville University to study exercise sports sciences. Jacob Kenneth Smith. Jacob will be attending SUNY Brockport College to study education. Sydney Marie Stone. Sid will be attending the University of Wisconsin-Madison to study chemical engineering. Lauren Grace Stoner. Lauren will be attending Genesee Community College, where she wants to study human services. Elijah J. Swires. Eli will be attending Michigan State University to study dairy management. Zoe Lynn Viant. Zoe will be attending the University at Albany to study human biology. Destiny Ariana Woodworth. Destiny plans to seek employment in a human services field. Gregory Dean Young. Gregory will be attending Clarkson University to study engineering. Cody Ray Michael Ziefel. Cody Ray will be attending Rochester Institute of Technology to study business marketing and computer science. Nicole Lynn Acker. Nicole will be attending SUNY Geneseo College. Sierra Joe Allen. Sierra will be attending Finger Lakes Community College to study nursing. Joseph Michael Barnhart. Joseph plans to seek unemployment in an undecided field. Nathan David Burley. Nathan will be attending Finger Lakes Community College to study kinesiology. Colin James Button. Colin plans to seek employment as a hatchery assistant at the Naples Fish Hatchery. Marina Elizabeth Cato. Marina will be attending SUNY Alfred State College to study health information technology. Kaylee Kristen Camacho. Kaylee will be attending Genesee Community College to study early childhood and development. Kaylee Geraldine Marie Carey. Kaylee will be attending Finger Lakes Community College to study elementary school education. Maya Amani Connor. Maya will attend Finger Lakes Community College to study nursing. Haley Paige Conrad. Haley will be attending Nazareth College, where she wants to study nursing. Trevor Jordan Converse. Trevor plans to seek employment in Dansville. Brendan Joseph Cook. Brendan will be attending SUNY Buff State College, where he will study computer science. William Alex Crawford. William plans to seek employment in the computer technology field. Tila Marie Cruz. Tila plans to seek employment in the medical field. Tristan Robert Curtis. Tristan plans to seek employment in an undecided field. Madison Alexis Dalberth. Madison will be attending Finger Lakes Community College to study criminal justice. William Michael Delaney. William will be attending SUNY Alfred State College to study architecture. Carly Angelina DeSalvo. Carly plans on attending Finger Lakes Community College where she will study accounting. Patrick Wayne Dubois. Patrick plans on seeking employment in the construction field. Gavin Tyler Eldridge. Gavin intends to seek employment in the technology field. Carter William Frederick Everman. Carter plans to seek employment in an undecided field. Cordell Parker Fearley. Cordell intends to seek employment as an electrician. Alyssa Faith Fitzpatrick. Alyssa intends to seek employment in an undecided field. Aiden Lawrence Fawell. Aiden plans to enroll in online college courses in the fall of 2022. Holden Donald Freeman. Holden's intent is to seek employment in the welding and machining field. Dean Jude Geyer. Dean plans to continue his employment at TOPS and apply to a college in the spring of 23. Emily Dakota Graham. Emily plans to seek employment in an undecided field. Samantha Lynn Graves. Samantha plans to seek employment in an undecided field. Tessa Shea Gregorius. Tessa will be attending the Continental School of Beauty to study cosmetology. Caden William Hartson. Caden plans to seek employment as a heavy equipment operator. Amber Nicole Henshin. Amber plans to seek employment in the cosmetology field. Abigail Alexis Henderson. Abigail plans to seek employment as a barista. Next, Elizabeth Hennig. Next, we'll be attending Genesee Community College to study business law. Quinn William Howe. Quinn's plan is to seek employment as a diesel mechanic at Sonny's Diesel Repair. Mackenzie Dawn Jacobs. Mackenzie will be attending Genesee Community College to study social media marketing through technology. Claire Margaret Ketchum. Claire plans to enroll at Finger Lakes Community College in the fall of 2023 to study art. Connor Mark Knapp. Connor plans to attend a trade school where he will study welding. Alan Samuel Luxon. Alan plans to enlist in the United States Army. Peyton Elliott Mays. Peyton plans to seek employment at American Rock Salt in Mount Morris. Martin Thomas Lyle McCulligan. Martin intends to seek employment in an undecided field. Evan Scott Mellenbacher. Evan plans to seek employment as a welder and machinist at SPX Flow in Rochester. Deshaun Shaw Owens. Deshaun will be attending Finger Lakes Community College to study sports management or medicine. Widalise Mar Pagan Rosario. Widalise plans to seek employment in an undecided field. Chandler Michael Potter. Chandler plans to continue his education in the transition program at Genesee Community College. Darren Joshua Price. Darren intends to seek employment in the carpentry field. Evan Gordon Leroy Pronto. Evan will be attending SUNY Buffalo State College to study business administration. Donovan Michael Robson. Donovan plans to seek employment in the tree trimming field. Bailey Jean Rossborough. Bailey plans to seek employment in the nursing field at the Mount Morris Nursing Home and Rehab Center. Bianca Elizabeth Ruiz. Bianca will be attending Finger Lakes Community College to study business. Megan K. Schladorn. Megan plans to continue her employment as an aquatics instructor at the Dansville YMCA. Mandolin Jane Schutz. Mandolin plans to seek employment in an undecided field. Anna Grace Schaefer. Anna plans to attend college in the fall of 2022. Nathan James Simpson. Nathan intends to seek employment in the carpentry field. Zachary Thomas Smith. Zachary will be attending SUNY Brockport College to study English or journalism. Alicia Josephine Spencer. Alicia plans to seek employment in an undecided field. Chad Michael Thomas. Chad will be attending SUNY Morrisville College, where he wants to study software development. Kyra Rose Trimboli. Kyra will be attending Finger Lakes Community College to study stenography. Lily Ann Vanderwerf. Lily plans to seek employment and apply to college for the fall of 2023. Colin James Wagger. Colin plans to seek employment in the agricultural field. Madison Elizabeth Webster. Madison will be attending SUNY Brockport College to study psychology. Kimberly Lynn Wilson. Kimberly will be attending Genesee Community College, where she wants to study alcohol and substance abuse. Taylor James Wolfanger. Taylor plans to seek employment in the construction field. Jared Croy Woodworth. Jared will be continuing his education in the transition program at Genesee Community College.
Would everyone please rise for the performance of our alma mater? This was pre-recorded by the DHS Chamber Singers and choral members.
Each
At this time, class of 2022, please move your tassel and say with me, undergraduate, graduate.
Where'd all the time go? Starting to fly. See how the hands go, waving goodbye. No, I get so forgetful when I look in your eyes. Now she's walking